Alright, what's up guys? So I'm going to go ahead and try this again. You'd think that the Mercury was still retrograde or something. So, today, I would say that it actually started last night, but today has been quite a day. I have to admit, I'm not a huge Mars fan. When I say Mars fan, I mean Mars Day specifically. Especially when Uranus is in Aries. But let's go ahead and break down kind of what's going on today on I would say, a sociological level, a networking level, and then individually, at least from my perspective, and likely something, there might be others feeling this as well, specifically Plutonians, actually. So, today is going to be something that's a roller coaster day. And that's kind of ironic because usually the moon ends up making people really moody and shifting the kind of atmosphere on obviously an emotional reactive level. But we actually have the moon in Capricorn right now. But again, if you use the polarity rule, then we have still the manifestation of Cancer moon, which is quite dramatic. And because Mars is actually retrograde, Mars usually manifests when it is retrograde as explosive, because instead of channeling your temperament or your anger or frustration continuously in a healthy manner, you tend to blow up. So it's almost like you have Libra syndrome. And so when we have Capricorn, which tends to be conservative, reserved, and keeps a lot of their drama on the inside just for reputation's sake, because that's usually how they are, they tend to be the ones, instead of them just being dramatic babies all the time, kind of like the archetype of Cancer, just the polarity, they blow up. And with Mars being retrograde, it's blow up. And so that will be a recurring theme, and not just today, since today's almost over, essentially, 7:34 Pacific Standard Time. But this will be going into tomorrow. I looked at the transits, and same sort of themes going on tomorrow. And with Plutonians specifically, because Pluto's in Capricorn, we have a conjunction with the moon. And even just to make this more of a niche for specific people, if you happen to be within the Neptune-Capricorn generation, then the T-square that's currently going on with Saturn retrograde and Neptune conjunct Chiron, and then Jupiter, it's going to be magnifying any sort of psychosis. And when I say psychosis, I mean your emotional stability is very strongly attached or connected to your physical health. So people can psych themselves out. There's some sort of like higher percentage of most illnesses or conditions, and we're talking about like viral immune system sort of thing specifically, is directly correlated or is heavily influenced by your mind. So if you believe you're sick, you're likely going to start showing symptoms of being sick, that sort of thing. So now to go into why it's a huge volatile day per se, we have Mars opposition Venus. That sort of thing always causes massive conflict. And then we also have Mars in Sagittarius again, and it's retrograde, so we've got that blow-up factor. It's almost conjunct with Saturn as well, which Saturn in Sagittarius is essentially the detriment in a way. So again, it's that explosive rebellious child. And then we have the Sun conjunct Venus, and obviously we're in Gemini season now, so we have that Jekyll Hyde persona, or the two minds or two personality archetype within this opposition. So people will likely be going like for partial times in the day, they'll be fine, and then they could just completely go the other way. And it won't be anything in like an internal trigger that will do that. It'll be likely external. So it'll be instantaneous, like something will set you off and it'll just be a domino effect, and it'll snowball out of control and either make you completely emotionally like volatile or unconsolable, or it will, depending on if you're one of those anxious types or if you're a Plutonian specifically, it'll manifest in a kind of psyching yourself out and then making yourself sick. Because I'm a Libra, I actually happen to, the second that my subconscious or whatever is trying to psych me out, it starts to immediately have repercussions on the balance of my health. And specifically to do with my equilibrium. I get dizzy or I get headaches. Because Aries and Libras have a tendency to get migraines. So I've actually been fighting a migraine since last night. And it's like light sensitivity and everything. And I was trying to, relax and chill, but for some reason when I was trying to relax and remove myself from potential situations, nothing serious, but just chit-chat on social media and or with interactions with people at home, I was either instigating things, or when I was like, okay, I'm being a dumbass, I need to back off and chill the fuck out, then that person instigated. And that's where this whole dramatic, ironic polarity is coming into play, with Capricorn being, the moon being in Capricorn. So when the moon is in Capricorn, essentially when the moon is in any earth signs, it translates directly to emotionally unavailable. You're not very sympathetic, you're not very sentimental, and you're more focused on material or physical microcosmic symbols or, actual manifestations of things that are more important to you. So sentiment is not your number one. And when we have the Capricorn emotionally unavailable, and then we have Mars, obviously, with that opposition with the Sun, so it would actually make, when you have a Capricorn moon, you tend to be a little careless, a little tactless, not to the point of Sagittarius, almost offensive, but you just are not emotionally available, you're unsympathetic. So when somebody's going from one extreme to the other, with the Gemini archetype in this opposition with Mars, they will likely blow up on you because you're emotionally unavailable. And because it's Mars Day in particular, fights, altercations, arguments are going to be the theme. And instead of it being a constant marathon of debating, arguing, whatever, it will just be like a light switch because of the Gemini archetype. So back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, it'll come out of nowhere. People with bipolar issues will likely have some sort of episodes, if not today, tomorrow maybe, because of the Lilith opposition Uranus aspect that I talked about. And obviously, since Uranus is in Aries, that's the sign that rules over Aries, essentially. The sign that rules over Mars, Mars. That whole attacking people or homicidal urges, or just actually destroying something, being self-destructive, could definitely be something that could manifest. And that's something to keep in mind, and just try to disengage, remove yourself from the situation and go breathe or something. And just be aware that if you have any significant hard or major aspects with Neptune, or perhaps if you have Neptune in Capricorn, just remember that even if these kind of manifestations aren't happening externally with relations or interactions with other people, they might be subconsciously provoking you or antagonizing you through your Neptune archetype. So yeah, that's about it. And I feel my migraine coming back, yep, the moon is now the ruler of this hour. Just happened a couple minutes ago, actually. And so that means that I'm going to go sit down and relax, because I have a high probability of psyching myself out again and making myself feel ugh. And I've already taken Excedrin and herbal remedies today, and my migraine's still coming back. So I was also going to do a video on all the characteristics, synonyms, and definitions of Plutonian and Plutonic, just for kind of covering my bases. Another probably unnecessary intro video. I'll try to bust that out today, but no promises. It's pretty intense day today. I'm not a big fan of Mars Day. I'm pretty sure I probably already said that. But if we could totally remove Mars Day, I'm down. Maybe we'll just have 2 Mercury days. That'd be cool. Then we wouldn't have to worry about like that Gemini split. Alright. Thanks, guys. Don't kill anybody. Try not to blow up. Count to 10. And just maybe go give yourself a timeout so you don't cause yourself to be sick or anything.